Hi guys, my name is John Michael E. Reyes and I'm from Batangas State University, Alangilan Campus. And I'm currently a second year BSIT. And now we are in the chapter 2. And in this chapter we are gonna configure the switch host names. And in order to do that switch host name, we should go to the global configuration mode. And in order to go in the global config mode is we should type configure terminal. In typing this statement, the one that we are in is privilege exec mode, and if you type this we would go to the global config mode. Then as you can see, there is already a config mode, which means we are already in global. And in order to name a host name is just type host name, then the name of it, floor 1. And as you can see, we can place some special characters or other stuff or spaces, because the only thing that allows the system is the uppercase, lowercase, and some dashes. And enter. As you can see, we have successfully configured the switch host name. Guys, we are going to configuring password encryption, or the one how we would encrypt our passwords. As you can see, we are already in the global config mode or global configuration mode. So we won't start in the user exec mode. But if you are in the user exec mode, you should type enable. Then after you type enable, you would get in the privilege exec mode. Then type configure terminal. Then after that, you can go to the global configuration mode. Then in order to encrypt our passwords, we should type service password encryption. After that, after you type that, the password that are stored in the switch or the system are already encrypted in some ways. Then let's see if it is encrypted. In order to test it, if the password encryption is being used or applied, let's exit into. After typing the exit, then we are now in privilege mode. Then in privilege mode, show running config. In typing this, we can see that if the password are being encrypted or not, or if the password encryption are being used. Then as you can see, output omitted line con, there are password 7 and it is already encrypted, like 094F47. it is already hard to get, and in VTYC 0 to 4 is somewhat 7, and as you can see, it is already encrypted in some way that the hackers can hack it or can have a hard time hacking it. And now we're gonna limit access to a switch. Use the syntax checker. Limit access to a switch. These are the 4 things that we should do: encrypt all passwords, secure the privilege access, secure the control access, and secure the VTY access. As we can see, it is some basic points that how a system or access should be encrypted or should be in a security. And as you can see, the host name is already changed because we already changed that in the previous. Then we are already in the global config mode, and if you are not in the global config mode, again, if you are in the user exec mode, just type enable in order to go to the privilege exec mode. Then in the privilege exec mode, in order to go to the global configure mode is type configure terminal. Then after that, you can go to the global config mode. Then encrypt all password. In encrypting all the password is we should type the password service password encryption. In service password encryption, it encrypts all the password that are stored in the data or the switch. Then secure the privilege access. And in order that, we should type enable, then secret is somewhat used for exec mode passwords. Then the password should be cloud55, then enter. Then as you can see, in this statement, the enable secret class or cla55 is we are having some password in the user exec mode or the privilege exec mode. Then use the password sysc0, then allow login in the line console 0. Then we are gonna go to line console 0. Then after that code, we're already in the line console 0. Then we are gonna go to encrypt password in it, and we'll just gonna type password sysc0 c0, then login, in order to have a password in logging in the line console 0. Then after that, we already encrypted the passwords and secured the privilege exec mode. Then we already secured the line consoles, and now we're gonna secure the first 16 VTY lines, or use the password sysc0 again and log in. In order to go to the first 16 VTY lines is interface, I think interface VTY 0 to 15, or no, it's not a command, or line VTY 0 to 15, not, oh, it's line VTY 0 to 15. It's already, oh, I just missed a space, sorry for that, but it's line VTY 0 to 15. Then after that is password sysc0 again, in order to have that the line VTY have password, then log in. After that, we already did the 4 things that the system wants us to do: to encrypt all passwords, secure the privilege access, secure the console access, secure the VTY access. And it's somewhat a basic knowledge or basic performance in order to have a password. And now we are in verifying Windows PC IP configuration. In this thing, we are just gonna see if the IP configuration, and in order to do that, let's just type IP config, then enter. Then as you can see, the Windows IP configuration shows, then the subnet mask, the IPv4 address, the other stuff, also default gateway. And that's how you reveal the IP configuration of a PC. Now we are in the configure a switch virtual interface activity, and in this activity they want us to enter the interface configure mode for VLAN 1, and in order to do that, we should type interface, because it is an interface. Then where would you want to go? We want to go in the VLAN 1 in order to configure it, then press enter. As you can see, the switch config ends up with an if and if appears we already entered or in the interface VLAN 1, then they want us to address it or give it an IP address of 192.168.10.2 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.255.0. And in order to do that, we should just type IP address then space 192.168.10.2. Then in order to type the subnet mask, just press space, then type the subnet mask 2.55.255.255, then 0. And as you can see, it is not done yet because it is not ready because it is all in shutdown mode. But in order to make it work, you should configure or you should enter the no shutdown command. And as you can see, we have successfully configured the switch virtual interface for VLAN 1.